What's going on, guys? We are here for the season debut of the AHL Icebreakers. Yes, there is a league below the NHL. There's a league below the AHL as well, but we're not doing the ECHL because I don't give a shit about the ECHL. Not even
Put some
ECHL.
respect on the Stingrays.
Not even ECHL fans care about ECHL. Jared, welcome to the new podcast. Let's go over what we're going to talk about today. We got to preview. So the already 2 months into the season, technically, if you think about it. What are your thoughts so far in the season?
So far, not too bad. Amerks are doing all right, I'd say. We're tied with Laval for second in our division, so.
Yeah, you are with 16 points, but Laval has one less loss than you guys.
Well, hopefully they can lose their next one.
Don't let this distract you from the fact that the Hershey Bears beat the Rochester Amherst on Sunday.
Well, like I said, pays to have a good affiliate, which the Amerks do not.
That's because the Sabres have half the young players on their roster. That's not because of the affiliate.
Listen, Buffalo has never done anything good for this organization.
That's funny because when they had the Portland Pirates, the Pirates were winning almost every time. So,
Granted, that was back when the Sabres could actually make the playoffs.
anyways, let's look at the standings before we get into the preview of the season. Right now, winning each division, the Providence Bruins have 22 points. I think they're the best team. Nope, Colorado's the best team. They are the best team in the East. Syracuse leads the North Division with 18 points. Who would have fucking thought? Tampa Bay has the worst farm system, but yet their AHL team is currently winning. I don't know why Syracuse is Tampa Bay's AHL team. It makes no sense.
I mean, nothing really down near Florida in the AHL. Closest team is Charlotte.
And the funny, oh no, are the Sun Bear, the Solo Bears? Are they?
That's
Panthers?
Tampa and Syracuse's ECHL.
Is it? I thought it was Florida's. What's Florida's ECHL team? I know Charlotte is Florida's AHL team.
It used to be the Florida Everblades, but I don't think it
No,
is
they're
anymore.
the Everglades don't have a. They aren't the affiliate anymore.
The Panthers ECHL affiliate
Is it
the
the
Savannah
Cyclones?
Ghost Pirates.
So they're Atlanta. Okay, so there's two Georgia teams. Oh, okay. There's the Atlanta Gladiators and the Savannah Ghost Pirate. Or they used to be the Swamp Rabbits. Now they're the Ghost Pirates. Okay.
No, Swamp Rabbits are still a team in Greenville.
Are they?
I think they're with the Kings now.
Is is that Georgia as well?
No, Greenville's in South Carolina. It's not. Yeah, they're with the Kings in Ontario Reign. No, Greenville's over by like Clemson.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Syracuse is in first, and then out west you got the Grand Rapids Griffins, who are the Detroit Red Wings affiliate, at 19, and then Colorado Eagles, who are probably destined to go on a run this year, are at 23 with the best record in the league, which is not really shocking because Colorado, the Eagles have a really good coaching staff. I think their head coach left though. I think he went to Vancouver.
Who is the worst? Oh, the Comets. Utica sucks.
I'm surprised because New Jersey has a really good farm system.
Well, I'll say the Comets were one of the worst teams in the league last year, too. Utica hasn't really been good in a couple years.
Oh, so he left. Okay, so their former head coach went to Seattle to be an assistant coach with Lane Lambert. So yeah, these are the standings so far. I don't know if these will be the same come the end of the year. Like I said, this podcast will be every other Thursday. We will look at the standings every month to determine what has happened so far. I'm not shocked Providence is up at the top there. Wilkes-Barre Scranton's up there as well. Springfield is terrible because St. Louis fucking trash.
Oh, yeah, they're
Uh,
second worst in the league.
I'm surprised Cleveland took a dip after going to the conference finals 2 years ago. They made the playoffs last year, right?
Well, hell, look at the Canucks. They're 29th and they're the defending champions.
That was kind of a fluke. Yeah, they made the playoffs. Uh, I don't think the Canucks are gonna win it all. Or I don't think the Canucks are just they're not a good team. They just had a really good run last year.
Oh, what was it? Their second half of the year, they were like unbeatable.
Yeah, they just had a really good run, and they just look at Henderson. But then again, the Henderson Silver Knights always do this shit where they play really well at the beginning of the season, then towards the end they're like really bad and they fall out of the playoffs. I don't think the Henderson Silver Knights have ever made the playoffs yet in the AHL.
Which is shocking given that they're with Vegas.
Well, they used to be the San Antonio Rampage.
Yeah. Then when they were, because that was when they were with St. Louis, and then after they were acquired by Vegas, Vegas moved them to Henderson.
So they made the finals of the Pacific Division playoffs in 2020, 21, and then qualified for the Calder Cup playoffs in 21-22. So they haven't been to the playoffs since. Which I think Trevor Conley is their best player on their roster right now. Nope, he's not playing, so it is not Conley. They don't really have any top stars. I mean, fucking Vegas trades away half their fucking prospects. So yeah, looking at these standings, Jared, who out of all the teams screams out the most more likely to win the Calder this year?
Well, as of right now, it's like you said, I can see the Eagles making a big run because they seem to be extremely well. I mean, and
If you
Providence, God, the fact that Providence is 11-1, they've only lost one game so far. Ugh, I don't like seeing Wilkes-Barre being that high up.
Wilkes-Barre is just really it's very they're coached very well. The only thing like Colorado has gotten better each season too. That's the thing with the Eagles because the Eagles what came in 2019 was the first season they were in the AHL.
Because I'll say they were ECHL before, right?
Yeah, and they won back to back Kelly Cups. 2018-19 season. So the season that the Avs went on to beat Calgary in the playoffs is the year the Eagles became the because that's when San Antonio defunct and went to Vegas and became the Henderson Silver Knights. A team to look out for. I see Charlotte could be dangerous. The Phantoms could be dangerous this year because they got a lot of the Flyers prospects coming over. But I do think Calgary and Ontario could be teams to look out for as well. The San Jose Barracuda also. I do think Coachella is going to take a step back. I think they end
Oh,
up.
they already have. I mean, they're
Yeah,
down in sixth place in their division.
yeah, but they did it 2 years ago. They did it, and they found a way to get back in first place. They were like in eighth place for like first 2 months of the season, and then they turned it around. Coachella doesn't seem they don't have that same shine they had 3 years ago. It's like Hershey kind of solved them, and that everyone else is just following suit. Texas is fucking terrible. Texas was one of the better teams last year.
In fact, I think the Western Conference final last year was between the Canucks and Stars, and now they're both at the bottom of the league.
I know. I was like, that's weird. Yeah, like right here, the Stars. Stars were the second best team in their division. Yeah, even Coachella was in fourth last year. So and somehow Hershey won 44 games last year after they look terrible. They look terrible this year, but that's all in the new coaching staff and the new players. Once the team starts to gel, they'll be fine. Which we are going to the game, the Hershey Bears game on Sunday at 3 o'clock. All right, let's look into the scores for the last week. Jared, I think that's the next one we said we were gonna do. Uh, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? What was last week? The first,
Uh,
the 10th.
okay, yeah, the 10th.
So we'll do the 9th from November 9th from there on. All right, so let's start off with Latvia or Lavia, not Latvia, Lavia or Lavo, the versus Bellevue or Bella. Is it Bellevue?
You really butchered both of those.
I don't care.
It's Laval and Belleville.
Is it Belleville? I call it Bellevue.
Yes, it's Belleville.
I pronounce it Bellevue.
Ignore the second E in the name.
But anyways, yeah, it's the Rockets versus
Laval.
Laval, the Rockets versus the Belleville Senators. 3-2 in this game. 3-2. This looks like it ended in regulation. Oh my God, Calivier is on the fucking Senators. No, I don't know any of these guys, but obviously this is the Senators and Canadians.
Well, they got Hunter Shepard now in Belleville.
Yeah, and he played well. 46 saves or 43 saves on 46 shots. I forgot the Rockets are the Canadians affiliate. I keep thinking the Bulldogs are still their affiliate, but the Bulldogs are no longer in the AHL. They're in the fucking.
Well, I have heard that they are possibly bringing an AHL team back to Hamilton for the 26-27 season. I've heard it's going to be the Bridgeport Islanders relocating because this is their last year, I think, in Bridgeport.
I'm trying to think. Are they in the OHL now? The Hamilton Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're the Brampton Bulldogs now. They relocated to Brampton, Ontario.
Yeah, so now they are no longer.
They're just a junior team now.
Yeah, they're just a junior Canadian Hockey League team now. But they used to be. They used to be the. I remember they were. They were pretty.
They were with Montreal before Laval became a team.
Yeah, and they were pretty good for them too.
I would say I think they won the Calder Cup back in like 07 or so.
Let's see. Let's see. Yep, 2007. They had a really good team.
They used to have some pretty entertaining games with Rochester.
I don't know any of these guys. Maybe I know freaking Andre Kostistin. I know that one. I know the Kostistin brothers. I know Maximum Lapierre. I know Aubin, Matthew Aubin. D'Agostini. I know that one. Grabowski. Ooh, Mikhail Grabowski was on this roster. Okay. I didn't realize he was German. I thought he was Finnish. Oh, he played for Washington, so he couldn't be Finnish.
What is it with the Caps and Finnish players?
They don't like Finland. They don't like Finland, man. They're a Swedish Swedish franchise. They prefer their Swedes. So, anyways, yes. What?
Backstrom.
Sandine. Christian Juice. No, he's Swiss. No, Juice. No, Burakovsky. Christian Juice is actually he's Swedish. Yeah, so Christian Juice.
Seriously, when the fuck was the last time there was a Finnish player in Washington?
We looked this up fucking last year. Last Finnish player to play for the Washington Capitals was Eska Tikkanen, who played for the team
In 1990.
798,
Oh my God.
the year we were born.
Well, that was his. He says he played.
The last time he played, the last Finnish to play for the Capitals was 97, 98.
Jesus.
All right, let's move on to the next game. We got Chicago versus Grand Rapids. 4-3 in the shootout. Chicago is Carolina's affiliate.
I think it, they were like an independent team, not affiliated with anyone for a while.
They were originally affiliated with Vegas. Then Vegas got
Yes, they're with the Hurricanes.
yeah Vegas got a hold of they got San Antonio and moved them to Nevada to play in Henderson. Uh, and then Chicago was by themselves for a while. Then they won the Calder Cup as a non-affiliate team. I wonder how that works. Do they just get players?
I think they were in like an agreement with. Uh, I could have sworn though. Yeah, they weren't with anyone that year. Huh.
Oh, there's the Red Wings top player this year they drafted, Michael Bradshaw Nygaard. Who's in net? I wonder if Costa is in net for the Grand Rapids. Sebastian Costa. What has he been doing, dude? He's been a fucking bust. He's been an absolute bust. Yeah, he's not even on the fucking roster for Grand Rapids. What is he doing? Is he on? Is he on? He's not on. Or did he get traded? Did he get traded? No, he's on Grand Rapids. Is he hurt? Yeah, Costa's hurt, dude. He's fucking 22 and he has not made the roster for the fucking Detroit Red Wings. Anyways, yeah, that game. That's the game here. The next one. Let's look into the next one. We got. What's the next one on here? We have. The good one. Da
We can skip
Bears.
over this. Okay, Iowa
Nah,
versus Rockford.
nah. We're gonna talk about this one. We're gonna talk about this one. You're gonna sit there and fucking let me talk about this one. The Amherst got their asses beat. Not really, but
I would say I don't consider a 2-1 loss where it was tied most of the game to be that much of an ass whooping.
the Bears did look like the better team though in this game throughout the game. Uh, give credit where credit is due. Clay Stevenson had a really good game. 23,
Hey,
22 saves.
it's always entertaining whenever Rochester and Hershey face each other.
You say that for every game that Rochester plays.
Not really.
You said the same thing with who was it? Hamilton. You said the same thing about Hamilton.
Well, that was back when they were a team, but
All right. Anyways, Bears would win this game 2-1. After losing embarrassingly to Toronto on Friday, they turn around and beat the Amherst in a really good game. If the Bears can play like this, they have a shot at winning their 14th Calder Cup. But I don't trust this coaching staff. Ryan Chesley has been the highlight of the Bears this year so far. He has been one of their better defenders. The Capitals' future is bright with him on the roster. I don't know if the Sabres have anyone. I mean, that's like one of their top prospects. I mean, Costin is not. Oh, yeah, right there. Costa Helenes is on the roster. Uh, he's a good prospect for them. He was drafted last year or 2 years ago.
we've had him for a couple years now.
He was drafted 2 years ago. He was drafted in 2024. Because that was the year that I wanted him, but he fell, but he went right to Buffalo, and of course he's a Finnish player, so the Capitals weren't going to draft him. So yeah, let's move on to the next game. So Bears win this one 2-1. So our next game will be Rockford versus Iowa.
Yes.
So the Ice Hogs, who are the current AHL team for the Blackhawks, I forgot who there originally was because they had a team in Chicago. There was two affiliates in Chicago. Uh, they weren't the Ice Hogs. They were something else before they became the Ice Hogs.
That was a while ago.
Because they became the Ice Hogs in what? In 2018?
Actually, no, they've been a team since 2007.
Have they been a team since 2007?
Yeah.
Then maybe it was a different affiliate. Because I thought they just merged with the Ice Hogs. So they had so they had the Emeralds, they had the Pirates, they had the Oilers, and the Springfield Indians. Oh, okay, no, so they did become their affiliate in 2007. All right, okay. And I know there used to be two Admiral teams, and then but the Norfolk Admirals went to the ECHL, and the Milwaukee Admirals remained in the AHL. Who was Norfolk's? Was it Nashville's is Milwaukee? Was it St. Louis's?
Like
Was,
this year or
when they were in the AHL?
let me check. 2000 to 2007, they were with the Blackhawks. 2007 to 2012, the Lightning, and 12 to 15, the Ducks.
The Ducks. Okay, that's
And
what
then
it
they
was.
became the San Diego Gulls.
Yeah, and then Norfolk became an ECHL team.
Yeah.
The name of it's not the same team, but the name became an ECHL team, which they're part of the Jets. Because I thought the Jets owned them too. The Jets had or no, the Jets had the other one. They had Milwaukee for a little bit, and
I
then
don't think so. Milwaukee's been with Nashville for a long time.
did they expand with Nashville?
Did they?
So they won a Calder Cup in 2003. Uh, the team began playing in 1970, so no, they were under the Milwaukee Wings. The Admirals first took the ice as the. Alright, it's right here. So they started in the United States Hockey League, then went to International Hockey League, then went to the American League in 2001, where they were. The team was allowed to keep their nickname despite the presence of the Norfolk Admirals in the AHL, as Milwaukee had used the nickname since 1970, well before the Norfolk team was established as the Hampton Roads Admirals in the ECHL. In 2015-16, the AHL franchise moved to the AHL's Pacific Division as the fourth incarnation of the San Diego Gulls, and the Norfolk club was reestablished in the ECHL. So they were
I'm honestly surprised that the Admirals were never with the Caps.
Norfolk.
I mean, they are within close proximity.
Yeah, but the Capitals were in such a good standing with the Hershey Bears. This has been such a good pairing with the Bears and the Capitals. Like it's just there was no point. All right, so the Atlanta Gladiators are Nashville's team. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, they are.
That won't last once an Atlanta team comes to the NHL. You know damn well that the Atlanta Gladiators are going to get promoted to the AHL. Because there's not a Georgia team in the AHL, is there?
Like I said, the Charlotte Checkers are the farthest south the AHL goes. They only have
Yeah,
a team in Florida,
and,
Georgia, anywhere.
and we know exactly when Atlanta team goes into the NHL that the Atlanta Gladiators are going to get promoted to the AHL and they're going to become that Atlanta team's affiliate. Because they're probably gonna where do they play? Do they play in the? No, they don't. Okay, they play the Gas South Arena, which is like 22 miles northeast of
I would say
Atlanta.
I don't think they're even in technically Atlanta itself.
No, they're in.
They're a suburb.
Yeah. So, but that's probably what's gonna happen is once the Atlanta team does eventually uh, come back to the NHL, that's who is gonna be the AHL affiliate. All right, so let's move into the next one. So like you said, Rockford won this game 3-2. So now we got Syracuse versus Utica. The Comets are fucking trash, apparently. Didn't they used to be? They used to be Vancouver's affiliate, right?
Yeah, so the current Utica franchise used to be the Binghamton Devils, and then
Yeah,
the Utica
because
Comets
they
were
were
today
also before
Abbotsford.
that. Before that, they were the Albany Devils, right? And they,
That the River Rats, they were
I think
the
they they
Devils
were
or
Albany. They were Albany Devils for a little bit too. I remember like in the early 2000s. Yeah, in 2017 they moved to Bennington to become the Bennington Devils. Then they moved to Utica and are now. Are they still in Bennington and just called Utica, or did they move to Utica?
no, they're in Utica now. They're in the
Yeah,
they moved into the old Utica Comets arena. I mean, literally the logo's the same. They just changed the colors from blue and green to red and black.
yeah. And then you said the old Utica team moved to
Abbotsford.
Abbotsford. Yeah.
Because obviously Vancouver wanted a team a hell of a lot closer than Utica.
I mean, I remember when freaking shit, who was it? Had an AHL team all the way out west, and it was an Eastern team. Like, look at Tampa Bay though. Like Tampa Bay's
Well,
got
hell,
Syracuse,
remember the Worcester Sharks in Worcester, Massachusetts? They were with San Jose.
and then they finally moved them to San Jose and became the Baby Sharks. Then they became the Barracudas. Yeah. So anyway, Syracuse wins 6-2. Doesn't look like there's any top stars here, young guys. All right, let's move into our next game, which is. Ooh, Rochester lost again. They lost last. That was the game you went to last night, right?
Yeah, and oh man, we almost came back last night.
What was it like 6-0?
No, we were down 4-0 with like 10 minutes left to go in the third, and then we scored 3 goals relatively quick to put us within one. Then Belleville scored, made it 5-3. Then we scored to make it 5-4. And we were trying to get Sun at the end, but Belleville ultimately got the puck and got an empty netter.
Yeah. So here we go. Ontario versus Calgary. The Flames affiliate. Flames used to be Abbotsford, right? They had a team in Abbotsford. They were the
They were the Abbotsford Heat, I want to say. Then they moved
yeah,
to Stockton, California, became the Stockton Heat.
and now they're the Calgary Wranglers.
Yeah.
And then Ontario Reign used to be the Monarch.
Manchester Monarchs.
Yeah, the Manchester. That was another team. Unless that's in California.
No, that was Manchester, New Hampshire.
I was like, that's another team that's across the states. So,
Later,
anyways,
that's not a quick trip.
Ontario Reign wins this. You know, we need to get the Portland Pirates need to come back, man.
They probably won't because they got an ECHL team now, the Maine Mariners.
Oh, do they?
I think they're with the Bruins.
Yeah, but Portland can come back as an AHL team. I mean, if Quebec gets a team, you can give them Portland.
They always were a big team, the Pirates. Yeah, that's who the Amerks beat in the '96 Calder Cup Finals.
Anyways, so the Reign win 5-1 here. I want to see if there's any top stars here. Doesn't look like there's any top stars. Copley, look at that, Phoenix Copley. He's still in the league. Look at that.
You know what was ironic though about the '96 Finals? Rochester's head coach at the time, John Tortorella, and the Portland Pirates head coach, Barry Trotz.
Jesus Christ. All right, so where are we at? We're here. So now our next game is Coachella versus Bakersfield. Who is Bakersfield's team?
Edmonton.
Is it Edmonton? I thought they had the Oilers.
No, you're thinking of the Tulsa Oilers and the ECHL, but they're not even with. They're not with Edmonton, I don't think.
Who
No,
is
they're with Anaheim and San Diego.
who's with the ECHL team? The Vegas's former ECHL team, because now they have El Reno. Was it the
Vegas.
Las? Was it the Las Vegas Wranglers?
Oh, Yeah, when the fuck was it?
They weren't part of the Vegas team though. They were just. But I'm trying to say, uh,
Yeah, they were with Calgary and Phoenix.
I'm talking about the Vegas's former affiliate. It was so they were the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Okay, and then it was the Fort Wayne. Now it's the
No, wait, it was. I think at first it was the Fort Wayne Comets, then it was the
yeah
Savannah Ghost Pirates. Now it's the Tahoe Night Monsters.
yeah they play in. Did they play in Reno? I thought they play in Reno, but they're called the Lake Tahoe.
They play in State Line, Nevada, I guess, which is right on the California Nevada border by Lake Tahoe.
And now
But
there's the
for all intents and purposes, they basically are Reno's team.
yeah, and people are pissed because they could have been called the Bronze
I'm
Knights.
saying, like, it would have made perfect sense. Vegas Golden Knights, Henderson Silver Knights, Reno Bronze Knights. They missed out on a great opportunity.
They kept it night related though, because it's the Dragons.
Yeah.
So or the Night Monsters. So but anyways, yeah, Coachella beats Bakersfield 6-3. I wonder if Coachella. Yep, they got some good. Some of their top players are on the roster. What's Shane Wright? Is he on Seattle now?
Is he with them or is he still with Coachella?
No, he's not on the roster. I think he's with them. I think he's playing with them.
Yeah, he's with Seattle.
He's got 8 points this year. Okay. Yeah.
By the way, tell Cheryl the Christmas tree looks beautiful.
Cheryl, he said the Christmas tree looks beautiful.
You should go help her decorate when we're done here.
She said go to hell.
I don't think she was the one who said that.
No, I'm talking about she said she doesn't need your fucking opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure she said that.
No, she literally did tell me that the other day. I said you better put that Christmas tree stuff up or fucking Jared's gonna whine in bed. She's like, I don't give a fuck about what Jared thinks. I said, okay. That is exactly what you fucking told me the other day.
Sounds like she's in denial.
Oh, yeah, she said that's exactly what she said.
Uh-huh.
I know. He told me he said the Christmas tree looks lovely. San Jose beats up on Abbotsford. Vinny Arvario is on the San Jose Barracuda. I'm surprised he passed fucking waivers.
Well, you said he's not an NHL caliber player yet.
I don't think he'll ever be an NHL caliber player. Who do they have? I know they got a couple good guys in there. Michael Misa. Did he get sent back down?
I honestly am not sure.
I think he might have. He might have gotten sent down because his contract. No, he's still playing for the Sharks. He's been hurt. Huh. Anyways, yeah, the Barracudas beat up on the defending champions. They will play again Wednesday, and the Canucks would get victory. All right, let's move into the next game. We have our favorite team, Jared, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.
Yeah.
I heard that. And our favorite player, Alexiev, scored a goal.
That's right. He's with the Penguins now.
Penguins won 5-4 in this game. I don't even know who's in net for the Penguins. Or Holberg. All right, so yeah, that's Bridgeport, Islanders, and the Penguins. Let's move into our next one. Laval Rockets, and Springfield Thunderbirds. Your favorite, the Springfield Thunderbirds, Cheryl. The Thunderbirds. What a name, Nikita Alexandrov. So they beat the Rockets 3-1. I think the Thunderbirds are the worst team in the Atlantic. Is it the Atlantic? Yeah, because you guys are the North.
Yeah, they're in your
So
division.
so they win, which is weird because aren't they Springfield? Are they Springfield, Illinois?
No, the Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I don't think Springfield, Illinois has a team.
If they do, it's probably Rockford.
No, I think Springfield's like further south in Illinois.
Is it? I don't know. It's still in the area of Rockford, so that's what I'm trying to say. They're technically their team is Rockford. Grand Rapids beat up on the Marlies, just like the LA Dodgers beat up on the Blue Jays. Sheldon Dries, former Colorado Avalanche. I don't know any of these fucking. Oh, Joseph Wall. Wow. He's playing on the Marlies now. Huh. Who's Toronto's goalie now?
Who the fuck was it? Who was in net the other night for them?
For the Marlies?
Yeah.
This game it was Joseph Wall. The one that we went to, it was
I don't know any of these guys. Some Russian guy,
yeah, the Russian kid.
Vladislav Peksa,
That was the
Dennis
kid that was in net.
Hildeby.
Who's in net? Who is the goalie for Toronto though? The Maple Leafs.
Who is it now? They have.
It is Anthony Stolars. That's right, it's Stolars. Anyway, the Milwaukee Admirals beat the Chicago Wolves in overtime. Nashville has some good players. I'm assuming some of their prospects are on the roster. Let me see. I don't see any. Yep. Wes Blot that they drafted a couple of years ago is on the roster. He's a good kid. Uh, Obviously, their goalie's not going to be here because he's playing for Michigan. I think Ryder Rolston was another draft pick. All right, let's move into the next game. Our next to last game, or next game, your game. The Rochester Amherst got their ass. This one they got their ass beat by the Senators.
You talking last night?
Yeah,
Eh,
they
it
outshot him
wasn't.
though.
It was an ass beating. Then it turned competitive, and then it kind of slowly moved a little towards an ass beating again.
Arthur Kaliyov scored 2 goals in this game. Looks like again, Hunter Shepard.
I'll tell you, Hunter Shepard, he made some amazing saves last night. He really was. Up until that, when they started falling apart in the third, he was on top of his game the whole time.
So yeah, Belleville Senators win this game 6-4. Let's move on to the best team in the East, the Providence Bruins, 3-2 over the Hartford Wolfpack. Wow, they're no longer the Hartford Whalers. I forgot about that. How pissed were people off when they were named that?
The Wolfpack.
No. The former AHL team, their former name. They were the fucking the Hartford. What the fuck was the name before that? No, not Hartford Whalers. It
A
was
name before the Wolfpack?
yeah, because they had it wasn't Hartford it was Whalers, but it wasn't Hartford. It was Binghamton Whalers, I think.
Yeah, they were the Binghamton Whalers from 1980 to 1990. Then they became the Binghamton Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the Connecticut Whale for 3 years.
Yeah, the Connecticut Whales for 3 years. And they had that weird fucking logo.
Well, it was weird. From 97 to 2010, so for 13 years, they were the Hartford Wolfpack. Then they went to Connecticut Whale for 3 years, and then they're like, yeah, fuck this. We're going back to the Hartford Wolfpack.
that kid, that fucking, what was the other logo? They had a weird, like the whale was like a weird ass fucking logo.
I feel like they had a women's hockey team that was like the Connecticut Whale or something. They had like a little cartoon looking whale as their logo.
It was so weird. Anyways, the Bruins won 3-2 in overtime, and then we got Milwaukee versus Rockford, or Manitoba, not Milwaukee, Manitoba. Manitoba wins 3-2. What was the Jets AHL team before Manitoba?
I think it was the St. John Ice Caps when they
Was
were
it
the team.
what? Yeah, St. John Ice Caps. And didn't St. John move to another? Didn't they move to a different league?
No, well, the ECHL had the Newfoundland Growlers up there, affiliated with Toronto for a couple seasons, but they folded.
Yeah, they just folded, right?
I can't. What did the St. John Ice Caps become?
They became Manitoba.
Oh yeah,
They moved to Manitoba. Uh, yeah. So they were also Montreal's affiliate for a little bit too.
yeah.
So they were.
Well, actually, so there were two different St. John's Ice Caps. The one from 2011 to 2015 that became the Manitoba Moose, and then they had another one from 2015 to
Yeah.
2017 that became Laval.
Yeah. So they were two franchises. So they both became uh Canadian. Well, they're still Canadian, but they both became.
One moved to Manitoba, the other one moved to Quebec.
Yeah. If Quebec gets a team, who do you think's gonna be their AHL affiliate? You think St. John's could come back?
Uh, I don't know if all depends if it would be from another team relocating or if it's an expansion team.
It would have to be an expansion team. Because right now
They might
there's.
have to bring back, yeah, they might have to add another AHL team. Maybe, yeah, do St. John's or something.
All right, so the rematch between the Reign and the Wranglers. Wranglers win this game 3-2. And then finally, last night, to end last night, the rematch between the Barracudas and the Canucks. Canucks would win in a shootout 4-3. All right, so let's get into tomorrow's games. We have Toronto, Grand Rapids. Jared, predictions.
Uh, Probably Grand Rapids because they seem to be on fire lately.
Okay. And then I'm going to go Grand Rapids as well. Uh, Rochester, Hartford. This is not a hard one. I'm going Rochester.
Yeah, I think we'll pull it off.
Then we have Syracuse versus Hershey. I
Oh,
think Syracuse wins this
God,
one.
I hope Hershey wins.
No, I think Syracuse is going to win.
Isn't that game in Syracuse?
Yes.
Man, part of me was wondering if I could zip out to Syracuse after work tomorrow, go to the game.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Syracuse is not playing well in their last 5 games. They've won 2 games. They're 2-3. Bears are 5-4-1 in their last 5. It'll be interesting. Then we have Springfield versus Lehigh Valley.
Uh, I'll say probably Lehigh Valley. They're doing well.
Yeah, I'm going with the Phantoms as well. Then we have Bridgeport versus Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Wilkes-Barre, unfortunately.
The Bears haven't played Wilkes-Barre yet this year. I'm going Penguins too because Bridgeport fucking sucks. Then we have Belleville and Utica.
Belleville.
I agree with you, Belleville. Then we have Manitoba versus Milwaukee.
And so Manitoba versus Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What are what is their overall records?
Milwaukee's in first. Manitoba is think Manitoba's in the middle of the pack. Oh, no, Milwaukee's in second. Manitoba's like fifth.
Uh,
Milwaukee's 7-1-2. Manitoba's 5-6-2.
yeah, probably Milwaukee there.
I agree, Milwaukee. All right, so let's move on to I think the last game on Friday. Charlotte versus Iowa. What was the Wild's former team? I know the Wild had a team before Iowa. They moved to Iowa.
Let me look. Wait, weren't
The
they
Houston Aeros. The Houston
Yeah,
Aeros. The Houston Aeros.
That's...
Then they moved to Des Moines and became the Iowa Wild in 2013.
Yeah.
And now it's looking like the Houston Aeros might come back as an NHL team.
I don't think they'd be called the Arrows, though.
I think they will. I think that's exactly what they'd be called. You got to keep the space and air, keep the space and airplane theme going in Houston. Except for the Texans, but the Texans are called the Texans because of historical reasons. No, historical reasons. That's why the 49ers are also called the 49ers, because of historical reasons, because of the gold rush, because they were called the San Francisco 49ers back then, as Texans were called in Houston because of the Alamo. So that's why they're both named after those, because the Alamo and gold rush. Yeah, but the Alamo, the Alamo is the reason why the Houston Texans are the Texans, because they were called Texans during that battle. They had their own little, phrase. It's very interesting looking at how teams are named, and especially football, because a lot of them are named after historical reasons. So
like
anyways,
Baltimore Ravens for Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes, and the Buffalo Bills after Buffalo Bill. Yes, the Buffalo Bills were named after a murderer.
I mean, we did have O.J. Simpson, so...
Anyways, we have Charlotte and Iowa. Who we going?
I'm going to go with Charlotte there. Iowa's not that good either.
All right, I'll go with Charlotte with you too, because of the defending champions affiliate. So now we have that'll do it for this week's episode. We have a few more games, but we don't have enough time. I gotta hop on a Google Meet soon. So, Jared, I will see you again in 2 weeks, unless I need you for next week's podcast, which I might need you for the Caps Off the Chain, because we're doing two episodes on Tuesday. We got to record the one episode, then we're recording the Thanksgiving episode and uploading it on Thanksgiving. All right, so that's all the time we have left. We'll see you guys next in a couple of weeks. Actually, well, no, we won't see you guys in a couple of weeks for the Thanksgiving, so we might record next Thursday just to do it. So I will see you guys next Thursday. Jared, say bye. Let's say bye. AHL all the way. See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.